Hello, I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. Ed. Today, we're taking a look at the Nostalgia Chick's review of Hercules.
Hi, I'm your Nostalgia Chick, and today I'm going to share with you a cherished tradition in my extended family. Of course, it involves the copious consumption of alcohol, but more than that, it is a bonding process. We call it the Hercules drinking game.
Wow, you know you're in for a treat when the video starts off by introducing a drinking game.
My little Hercules.
Honestly, I think my fixation on this movie stems from the fact that it could have actually been really good. It could have struck an Emperor's New Groove style balance of history, silliness, and sincerity.
The ironic thing, in my opinion, is that more people like Hercules than they do the Emperor's New Groove.
First, the music sucks.
That is entirely opinionated.
Who was the gladiator? Hercules.
With the exception of this one song. This one's okay.
Oh, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no.
Why? It doesn't do that much different from the rest of the songs in the movie.
Like seriously, whose bright idea was it for the main musical motif to be gospel choir?
Okay, admittedly, it is a weird choice, but it's not really a bad one.
The biggest problem is, of course, the plot. And to everyone who wants to go bitch about how it's not accurate to Greek mythology, I kindly request that you go stuff a ball gag in your mouth and sit in the corner.
You know, that is pretty fucking hypocritical, considering the fact that the video that got you the job of Nostalgia Chick was spent complaining about how a Disney movie doesn't follow its source material!
In the original myth, Hercules did indeed have to do a bunch of labors in order to atone for his sins.
Meg, I would never, ever hurt you.
So, you're going to tell us to not worry about how this thing doesn't follow Greek mythology by showing us exactly why it doesn't follow Greek mythology. We're just piling on the hypocrisy today, aren't we?
In this movie, the labors take the form of heroic deeds that he has to do in order to regain his place as a god on Olympus. But the structure and form of the movie itself is based off of a sort of weird hybrid of Superman and Rocky.
Well, yeah, but can't it kind of get away with that considering the fact that many people consider the Greek myths the original superhero stories?
People are gonna get hurt, aren't they?
Mungo only pawn in game of life.
I don't entirely get why that was necessary.
Then you have our bad guys, including the most morally ambiguous main character in all of Disneydom, and a girl to boot.
You sound like that's surprising. I just lost all our female viewers, didn't I? Fuck.
Movie also has one of the best bad guys in all of Disney villaindom.
How are things in the underworld?
Well, they're just fine. You know, a little dark, a little gloomy, and as always, hey, full of dead people. What are you going to do?
He schmoozes, he's a lot smarter than any of the good guys, and he's just fun to watch.
I think that part of that actually comes from James Woods' performance. I mean, no one can really match it.
I mean, it's not really a problem when your bad guys are more compelling than your good guys. The problem is that the good guys are just so dull. It's kind of telling when his I Want song is not about how he wants to help people, but how he wants to be adulated.
Where the crowds will cheer when they see my face.
Considering the fact that he probably spent most of his life being ridiculed for his fuck-ups, it's pretty fucking natural that he wants to be praised by someone other than his parents, who pretty much are contractually obligated to do so.
But the really ironic thing comes at the end, when Hercules and Hades make a deal.
You like making deals. Take me in Meg's place.
You can't be alive. You'd have to be a god?
Or just God. The thing about Hades is when he makes his deals, he actually keeps them.
Meg, babe, a deal's a deal. You're off the hook.
Guess who doesn't hold up their end of the bargain at the end of the movie?
Stop! You can't do this to me. You can't.
I just kind of assumed that there was some kind of loophole that says the underworld can't take a god.
That said, Hades is not at all without his problems as a character, especially as it pertains to how we keep that darn plot moving. Hades' pink bottle of death.
So, first you gotta turn the little sunspot mortal.
Where did you get that? I said, where did you get that?
He is the god of the dead. He probably could have pulled it out of his ass if he wanted to.
What is that? Why is there a limited quantity of it?
Who said it was limited?
Why have you been hoarding this thing that could have killed your hated enemy at any time?
It's not liquid death, it's liquid mortality.
This, of course, leads to an even bigger plot hole in the form of Hercules' whereabouts for those 18-odd years.
So you took care of him, huh? Dead as a doornail. Weren't those your exact words?
What? Why did you not make sure your minions got the job done? I mean, you seem like kind of a smart guy. And wait, you're the Lord of the Dead.
Name is Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hi, how you doing?
How did you not know that Hercules wasn't dead? Is that not your job? Have you not been doing it for the last 18 years?
1. Thousands of people die every day. He probably just figured that Hercules got lost in the crowd. 2. No, he was not doing his job. He was focusing on trying to take over the fucking world.
Of course.
Wouldn't you want to gloat on a job well done? And finally, though it's not stated in the movie, Hades is Zeus's brother. It seems like they see each other all the time. Do they not talk about the fact that Zeus's son had been taken from them and was now living among the mortals? Did no one ever question him?
First off, I don't think that Hades has any kind of contractual obligation to see Zeus every once in a while. And second, even if he did, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't go up to Zeus and say, "Hey, I killed your son." He would have the entirety of Olympus on his ass.
Hercules, if you can prove yourself a true hero on Earth, your godhood will be restored.
Who the fuck wrote that rule?
Why does it matter?
And then there's the damn ticking clock that they keep reminding us of. So when the planets align, they will create a tornado of doom that shoots down into the ocean where the Titans are, still in captivity. And all Hades does is this. So it seems to me that the water was the only problem here. Hades just needed the water out of the way.
You know, even for the Lord of the Dead and the Titans, I'm pretty sure that a few thousand leagues of water is going to be a fucking hindrance.
Then there's those fates.
We know everything.
This is the problem with having any sort of omniscient characters. You see everything, huh?
What's the matter with you, scissors? That thread won't cut.
Well, apparently you didn't see that one coming.
The problem really isn't so much with having omniscient characters, it's how you use them.
Oh yeah, and let's talk about that whole takeover of Olympus thing. Hades uses a grand total of 5 titans, which according to the muses at the beginning of the movie, Zeus conquered by himself. And now he and a whole host of gods can't do anything except bow down and get captured.
Yeah, there is no way I can defend that.
And I dearly hope all my years of hard work and bitching has paid off.
You know, it takes guts to admit that all you're doing is bitching.
And so we proceed to see these 3 get drunk off their asses. By the way, huge props to Nella for being able to drink more alcohol than these 2 combined.
Okay, allow me to explain what exactly my problem is with the Hercules drinking game. It's not the fact that the Nostalgia Chick made a drinking game for Hercules. I mean, hell, you can make a drinking game out of pretty much anything. My problem is, she makes it sound like Hercules is so particularly bad that it deserves a drinking game.
What happened? Is that... We weren't wearing lipstick last night. Was it... What? Is that a tribble? It's a bunny. Ah, there are more bunnies. How did she get upside down like that? Who's that guy?
You guys are hot.
Okay, to their credit, if there's one thing I really enjoy, it is a good aftermath. And that was great.
So that was the Nostalgia Chick's review of Hercules, and personally, I think it's pretty clunky. First off, it feels like she's talking about the problems of the movie in the random order, and that's very rarely a good thing. Also, the idea of turning a single movie into a drinking game is kind of a weird one. However, she did bring up some legit problems with the movie. So overall, I guess I'm glad I saw it. I just probably wouldn't see it again.
I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you.